So this is a review of the JLG T350. It's a towable unit, a half-ton can to it. I would imagine a Toyota Tacoma, a Nissan Frontier, maybe a Ford Ranger might be able to do it. You got to look at your specs. Realistically, I'm sure they could, but for insurance reasons, you know. Anyways, so the purple is this panel right here. The blue is the bucket. So with the purple, you control everything from this panel right here. Your safety switch is right here. So, safety switch. And you can control the whole system, especially for emergencies if you need to, if they pass out in the bucket, you know, maybe heat stroke or whatever it may be. But anyways, you'll safety switch, and that's a depress. And there's the 3 beeps. That's a depress on the legs. So these legs are typically up like this. They will go down. When the machine says it's level, it will beep 3 times. That means it's good to go. You can control everything from the machine. There's even a safety switch. So you press that, which is actually kind of frozen right now from the weather, but you press that, it'll stop it. Safety switch, up and down, which I already showed. That elongates the main boom. And that's a bucket tilt system. For our purposes, we really never use it, but it's a really nice feature they offer for the boom lift. So anyways, you'll switch over to, which I guess I already did, but you'll switch over to the purple, which is, I'm incorrect, I am sorry. You'll switch over to the blue, and that will be the bucket. Now, it didn't beep because I pressed the stop button on it, and I'll show that in a second. But the blue is the man bucket. So I'll pause it so I put on some safety gear. And then before you put on safety gear, always remember, this is a common thing. This is a safety thing. When you drive it, take that off. You're not going to go anywhere without it, or at least up, I should say. So anyways, I will pause it, and we'll be right back in the bucket. So we're now inside the bucket of the JLG T350. This is your main control panel. If you want to tilt the bucket that we stand in, you push it over here. It does not stay. That's a safety feature. Typically, you don't need to tilt the bucket, especially 40 feet up in the air. If you do, for whatever reason, and I'm not sure of it, I'm sure there is a reason, that is the option. This is most of the main functions. The only one you might have is the extension, and that actually might be the tilt. No, I think that's the tilt. It's not, that's the extension. That's pretty much what we use that one for. But essentially, we'll do the main function here. And you want to make sure your safety switch is pulled out. If it's not, this will not light up. This green light, these will not show the battery, essentially. If there's an issue, there's a code panel down there, right there, right by the main panel. If this blinks a certain amount of times, it will show you that. And then I'm assuming that it's in danger of tipping. You can read your actual JLG manual for more information on that. And it is cold, so some of our batteries, it is an older battery system, so that light does go on and off, but we are charging right now. So I'm so sorry. So to start, you will depress this trigger right here. To go up, we're on the main function, so you're going to push forward. I apologize. Someone's calling for the dogs. I apologize. I stopped the video. But anyways, we're probably about maybe 10 feet up. Really nice system, though. Very stable. We rented I believe it was a might have been a 500, I want to say, for the T50. We rented that. We liked it so much, and we used it so much for our business that we actually bought a T350 just because the 350 could do the same amount as a T50. The only difference was that you had to move around a little more, and the rental cost, just kind of justified buying one. Again, I apologize about the motor's probably struggling because it's cold as hell. And just make sure I'm not hitting anything. So we're at full extension on the boom. So the main part right here, that is that selection right there. This is your main boom, so the main arm, and it articulates especially that angle right here. So I'm going to push up, and you see that articulates it wider, and that gives you that, excuse me, that high angle, high elevation. The peak of this is 3 stories, and we can keep going essentially, but I'm not exactly at the top. But I mean, you can see it's a 2-story home with a full basement. The road down below, these trees, I mean, you can trim a standard neighborhood tree. You should be able to trim the bulk of it. Maybe not like that one over there. We might not get like up there, but we can trim from about there down, which is quite substantial in the neighborhood. This is a pine tree, and it looks horribly tall. We're probably about 30 feet up right now, so we could probably get about up to there on the main trunk. You got probably another 40 feet up. It's probably an 80-foot tree. But this neighborhood was built 1920s, so it is a little older. But the boom lift, as far as, and we'll get to it, ventilation for plumbing. So if your toilet's clogged up and your ventilation shaft, needs to be unclogged, that's one thing. Actually, the large thing is the boot around that always goes bad. It cracks. So you might as well just replace the boot, or put a I think it's I forget, it's not a no hub, but there's a system out there where you can put it over the boot, and it prevents it from leaking. It is guaranteed for the life of the roof. Chimney, some nice stainless steel vents. We actually painted this earlier the year. Not great. It's higher up. Just keep the wood protected, essentially. No one really looks at this. An old, I'm assuming, I don't know, it's not, it's an old antenna for TV. I forget the name of it. It's like satellite, or I'm sure someone will correct me on the comments. But it was an old form of, it would be up there, and it's an old, you can still, I have it. You can get the local television stations. Yeah, if you look at the roofing, that's, if you're in the trade, you will understand what that is. So, and this is probably about 25-degree weather. The pumping system for the actual JLG works fine. I'm hoping the oil lubricates just as normal, or the hydraulics. I'm sure it does a substantial amount still. But this is a really nice piece of equipment. Very quiet going down. Always is. And we're going to do a nice little touchdown. Beautiful. And you can control the speed of the hydraulics off of how much you articulate the joystick. So really nice. Nice little safety feature. If you're in trouble, should be noted. You press that red button. That stops all features. If you need to re-engage, you can pull. You have to twist and pull it out. The big thing is, if you're in an emergency, if you have a second hand, just let them, especially if they're trained to work this machinery, just let them handle it from down here. They have a much better view point of the situation. To be fair, give me one second, I gotta unhook. Okay, I'm back. The only thing you want to be aware of is, with this equipment, this is just a battery-operated one. There is no engine to charge the batteries, which is pretty common on certain situations. I always have to, especially in the wintertime, very cold, you want to leave the battery charging. You want to check the water levels in the batteries as well, but the basics is to make sure you're always plugged in and charging. Actually, you can see just little motion. The orange light, it should be typically green. Not a huge deal because we did articulate it a little bit, but it should always be green, but it does take a little bit to charge batteries. You can bring a generator on site. That's why I'm sure this platform was used for power washers, or you could bring a generator and then have it run directly to the the plug-in. And I've actually done that with our street lights, because we had to do about 30 or 40 of them, and it's a lot of moving up and down for the boom lift. So continuously charging definitely helps it, and you'll make the end of the day for sure with that. Wheels are nice. I think this is I want to say it's a 2014. But the wheels are still in good shape. It's from Sunbelt. It was a rental. That's why it's painted green. The rest of it's in pretty good condition. The only other thing I would like to say with JLG is that if you open this up, there is an emergency pump inside this housing. So if your battery fails, can't get electricity, or whatever reason, you need to bring someone down 40 feet up from this bucket. There's a manual pump inside here that you can crank them down manually, regardless of what's going on. It's all run by hydraulics. The only thing, too, I guess I'd say is you want to make sure you don't twist these cables too much. In the this is the main pivot point in the system. But besides that, just as long as you don't twist them, you're good. And then also make sure you can always crank someone down within the cover, and that's in the front of the system. So thank you guys for watching. This is a really nice piece of equipment. We do really like it. It is cold outside right now, but that's just mainly because it's January in Ohio, so go figure. But thank you guys for watching.